I never thought I'd stare down the barrel of my own family's destruction, but there I was, finger hovering over the authorize button on that goddamn credit app, signing away my future for a woman who'd already sold mine out twice before. Mom's chemo bills were piling up like unpaid IOUs from a lifetime of her bad choices. And I was the idiot daughter who always picked up the pieces, until the moment I discovered the $47,000 black hole my sister had carved into my credit score, laughing all the way to her designer handbag spree. In that instant, as the fraud alert pinged my phone at 2 a.m., I realized revenge wasn't just a word. It was the only inheritance worth claiming from this toxic bloodline. My name is Athena Reyes, and if you grew up in the Rust Belt sprawl of Cleveland, Ohio, like I did, you know how family isn't just blood. It's a noose that tightens with every holiday dinner and whispered secret. We're the kind of working-class Mexican-American clan that clings to Catholicism like a life raft, even as the saints turn a blind eye to our sins. Dad split when I was 8, chasing some pipe dream in California that ended with him ODing in a Motel 6.
Mom, Anna,
raised us on diner shifts and denial, her rosary beads clicking like a metronome against the bottles she hid under the sink. Me and my sister, Sophia, twins, but worlds apart. I was the fixer, the one who scrubbed toilets at night to fund community college, dreaming of nursing school. Sophia? She was the sparkler, the one who flirted her way through high school, dropping out to model, which mostly meant OnlyFans side hustles and crashing on couches. It started innocently enough. Or, at least that's what I told myself 6 months ago. Mom's diagnosis hit like a freight train, stage 3 breast cancer. The kind that doesn't give a damn about your prayers or your minimum wage hustle. The bills came fast, $12,000 for the first round of chemo, $8,500 for scans, and don't get me started on the copays that felt like ransom demands. Our crappy insurance from Mom's job at the steel mill barely covered the aspirin. I was 28, scraping by as a home health aide in Parma, living in a basement apartment that smelled like damp regret. Sophia was 28 too, but floating through life in a shared loft in Columbus, posting thirst traps and vague motivational quotes about manifesting abundance. I can't lose her. Athena, Mom sobbed into the phone one night, her voice raspy from the steroids. You're strong. You always have been. Sophia. She's got her own path. Her own path. Code for don't bother her. She'll show up for the funeral. But I couldn't let Mom go under. Not after everything. So I did what any good daughter would. I maxed out my savings for $200, gone in a week, then applied for a credit card with a $50,000 limit. The kind they hawk to responsible adults with steady jobs, low debt, and a smile for the underwriter. City Diamond Preferred, 0% intro APR for 18 months. It was supposed to be a bridge, not a burial plot. I remember the day I handed Mom the card. We were in her kitchen, the one with the linoleum peeling like old skin, fluorescent light buzzing overhead. She was in her robe, bald head wrapped in a bandana, eyes hollow but hopeful. Just for emergencies?
Mom.
Medical stuff only. Promise me. She crossed her heart, the way she used to when Dad would ask about the extra cash in her purse.
Te prometo. Mia.
You're my angel. Angel. Yeah.
Right.
Angels don't check their statements at midnight and find $2,300 in charges from Nordstrom and Sephora before the ink's even dry. At first, I chalked it up to Mom. Maybe pain meds made her forgetful, ordering supplements or those ugly wigs online. But the charges kept coming. $1,800 at a Columbus steakhouse. $900 for event tickets to some influencer brunch. Columbus. Sophia's turf. I called Mom the next morning, heart pounding like I'd run a marathon.
Mom.
What's going on with the card? These aren't hospital bills. Silence. Then a cough that rattled like loose change. Athena. Honey.
I
added Sophia. Just as an authorized user. She needed help with rent. It's temporary. Temporary. Like the time Sophia borrowed my car in high school and totaled it joyriding with her deadbeat boyfriend, leaving me to explain to Mom why we couldn't afford groceries that month. Or the time she forged my signature on a student loan app our senior year. Because you're the smart one, they'll approve you faster. I paid that off too, working doubles at the mill after Dad left, while she partied through prom. You promised, I whispered, my voice cracking like thin ice. She swore she'd pay it back.
and I
didn't want to burden you more. Burden. That's what I was to them, a walking ATM with a guilt complex. But this was betrayal with a side of larceny. By the end of the month, the balance hit $15,000. My credit score, that fragile 720 I'd clawed for after years of ramen diets and side gigs, plummeted to 620. Interest started accruing, 21.99% after the promo. I couldn't sleep, staring at the ceiling fan whirring like accusations. Sophia called me that weekend, her voice all bubbly synth pop on speakerphone. Hey,
Sis.
Mom said you hooked her up. You're the best.
Ooh.
Did you see my new haul? That bag is fire, Chanel. Vintage vibe. Cut the shit. Sophia. The card. That's my card. A pause. Then laughter like tinkling glass.
Oh.
Come on, Athena. It's family money. Mom okayed it.
Besides,
I'm good for it. Got a collab dropping next week, $10K easy.
collabs.
Her word for sponsored posts where she'd pose in lingerie for crypto bros, peddling dreams she couldn't afford. I hung up, fists clenched so hard my nails drew blood. That night, I drove to Mom's, the Ohio Turnpike a blur of sodium lights and regret. She was in the living room, hooked to her oxygen tank, watching reruns of Golden Girls. Sophia wasn't there, surprise. Mom, this ends now. Remove Sophia from the card. Today. Her eyes welled up, but there was steel beneath the tears. Athena, you don't understand. Sophia's struggling. She's got dreams, like you did. Remember when you wanted nursing school? I made it happen. Nursing school. The one I deferred because she needed me to cover her gambling debts after Dad died, slots at the casino, chasing the high of what we'd lost. I'd taken the blame for the overdrawn account, told the bank it was identity theft to shield her from collections. That mistake? It tanked my FICO for years, forced me into aid work instead of RN certification. Secrets buried deep, like the rosary she clutched now. Dreams don't justify theft, I spat. That's $15,000.
Mom.
My future. She reached for my hand, but I pulled away. Please.
Mia.
For me. For her. Always for her. I left without another word, the door slamming like a guillotine. Back home, I froze the card, disputed the charges, $3,000 city clawed back as fraud. But the rest? Sophia's digital fingerprints all over it. She texted me a selfie in that Chanel bag. Caption: Thanks. Big sis. Blessed family first. Family first. The phrase twisted in my gut like a knife. That's when the darkness crept in, not the quick rage of a bar fight, but the slow burn of calculation. Revenge. American style, not with fists, but with the system we all pretended to game. I started digging. Quietly. Sophia's Instagram was a shrine to excess. Private jets rented.
Brunches comped.
Boyfriends rotating. But under the filters? Debt collectors lurking in DMs. A GoFundMe for creative projects that raised $200 before fizzling. And Mom? She'd co-signed Sophia's lease last year. The one that led to eviction notices I quietly paid. The secret Sophia didn't know? The one I'd buried since we were teens? It was me who'd covered for her biggest fuck-up, the shoplifting ring at the mall our junior year. She'd boosted $5,000 in jewelry, fenced it for coke money, and when the cops came knocking, I took the fall, confessed to helping a friend, did 90 days community service, lost my scholarship. Mom begged me to. Sophia's the pretty one. She'll make it out there. I'd done it. Thinking blood was thicker.
Now?
That blood boiled. By week 3, the balance crept to $28,000. My score? 580. Job offers dried up. Landlords ghosted. I confronted Sophia at a coffee shop in Columbus, neutral ground, or so I thought. She sauntered in, Lululemon everything, macchiato in hand. Athena.
Babe.
Relax. I'll Venmo you next month. Pinky swear. Pinky swear. Like we were kids trading stickers, not adults drowning in deceit. You're using Mom's sickness to fund your bullshit life. That's low. Even for you. Her eyes flashed, the first crack in the facade.
Oh, please.
You're the saint, right? Miss Perfect. Wiping asses for pennies. Mom babies you because you're her mini-me.
But me?
I see through it. You're jealous. Always have been. Jealous? Of the chaos? The bailouts? But she leaned in, voice dropping to a hiss. You think you're the only one who sacrificed? I covered for you that time with Uncle Rico. Remember? When you got sloppy with his loans?
Uncle Rico.
Mom's brother. The sleaze who fronted us cash after Dad died. The loans were interest-free until they weren't. And yeah, I'd skimmed a bit for books, textbooks. Not blow. Sophia knew, had kept quiet when Mom found out, but twisted it now like a weapon. Liar. I breathed, but doubt wormed in. She flipped her hair. Stood. Payback's a bitch. Sis. Ask Mom about the real reason Dad left. Spoiler, it wasn't the OD. She left me there, steam rising from my untouched latte.
Dad.
The secret she'd dangled like bait. That night, I called Mom, demanding answers. She deflected with coughs and Ave Marias, but the seed was planted. Betrayal layered on betrayal. A family onion peeling to rot. I didn't sleep. Instead, I planned. Not rash, calculated. The way you plot a merger or a murder in those true crime pods everyone binges. Step 1. Document everything. Screenshots. Statements. Voicemails. Step 2. Consult a lawyer pro bono from legal aid. Turns out, authorized users can bleed you dry. But fraud's fraud. Civil suit possible. Maybe criminal if I pushed. But push how? Sophia was slippery. Mom the shield. The tension built like a storm front over Lake Erie, dark clouds, electric air. Holidays loomed, Thanksgiving at Mom's. The farce. I showed up with pie from the store because baking felt like surrender. Sophia was there, all smiles, carving turkey like she hadn't torpedoed my life. To family, she toasted, eyes locking mine over the rim. I clinked, smile brittle as eggshell. Under the table, my phone buzzed, another charge. $4,200. A vacation package to Miami. The fracture widened. That night, as leaves skittered across the yard like fleeing rats, I made the call. Revenge wasn't coming, it was here. And it would hurt like hell. You don't grow up in Cleveland without learning the art of the long con. It's in the air, thick as the steel mill smoke that chokes the Cuyahoga. Everyone's hustling. From the bookies in the flats to the influencers peddling CBD gummies on TikTok.
Me?
I'd always played straight. The chump who paid dues while others cashed checks. But after Sophia's Miami getaway, $4,200 for a weekend of bottle service and beach selfies, I stopped playing. The card balance hit $32,500. My score cratered to $550. And the calls started. Collection agencies with voices like gravel, threatening liens on my non-existent assets. Mom noticed the change in me first. Athena, Mija, you're so tense. Come to Mass with me Sunday. Father O'Malley says forgiveness is key. Forgiveness. The Catholic crutch we'd leaned on since Dad's funeral. When the priest droned about eternal rest while we buried our rage. I went. For her, sat in the pew, kneading my rosary until the beads bit my palm. But my mind wasn't on Hail Marys, it was on hacks. I joined Reddit's r/personal finance and r/revenge. Anonymous scrolls through tales of scorched earth. One post stuck. A guy who'd drained his ex's 401k through joint accounts. Left her penniless for her affair. Controversial? Hell yes. Effective? Undeniably. Back home, I escalated. Froze the card again. Sophia bitched in a group text. WTF Athena? Mom needs meds.
Lies.
The latest statement showed $1,200 at a vape shop. $800 for adult novelties. Mom's meds. My ass.
Ifile disputesa massa.
City dragging their feet, but crediting $5,000 after I escalated to the CFPB. Small wins. But they fueled the fire. Sophia countered sly. She showed up at my door unannounced. Rain-slicked and contrite. A bottle of Malbec in hand, my favorite. The one I'd splurge on after good shifts. Sis. Truce? Mom's worried. Let's talk. We sat on my threadbare couch. The wine loosening tongues. She spun it masterfully. Victim narrative. Tears glistening like stage lights. Life's been hard. Athena. After the modeling gig tanked, asshole manager stole my cuts. I just spiraled. Mom said the card was a lifeline. I didn't mean to hurt you.
Didn't mean to.
The oldest dodge in the book. But she leaned in, voice velvet over venom. You're always the hero. Remember prom? I was the one who drove you to the clinic after that scare. The scare. Sophomore year. The pregnancy that wasn't ectopic. Bleeding out in an ER while Mom worked graves. Sophia covered. Told Mom I'd fallen at cheer. Kept the secret.
Yeah. But now?
Leverage. And you repaid me by ghosting when I needed you for the bar exam prep. Selfish. Much. Twist 1. She flipped from penitent to prosecutor, eyes narrowing. Selfish? You're the one hoarding mom's love like it's yours by right. Dad left because of you, your tantrums, your I'm the responsible one bullshit. He told me before he split. Sophia's got fire. Athena's just ash. Dad's ghost. Weaponized. Lies or truth? The doubt gnawed, but I held firm. Get off my card, Sophia. Or I go public, your followers see the real you. The grifter behind the glow-up. She laughed. Low and mean. Do it. My audience eats drama. Yours? What audience? You're invisible. Athena. Always will be. She left the wine, half empty. Like our trust. I poured it down the sink, the glug echoing my resolve. Next day, I hit the DMV, changed my address officially, cut ties on paper. Then, the big move, I applied for a protective order against Sophia for harassment, citing the texts. The charges. Judge was a no-nonsense black woman from the East Side. She granted a temporary no contact. Sophia blew up Mom's phone. Athena's unhinged. She's trying to control us. Mom called. Hysterical. How could you? She's your blood. Blood that bleeds me dry. I shot back. But guilt twisted the chemo appointments I was missing. The way her voice wheezed. I sent groceries via Instacart. Anonymous. Silent support. Eroding my soul. The unraveling accelerated. Sophia went nuclear, posted a tearful reel from Mom's hospice. Wait, not hospice, but close. Caption, family fighting over money while I fight for Mom's life. Send prayers and coffee. Broken heart cancer sucks sibling rivalry. Views exploded. 50K. Comments flooding with Team Sophia. Strangers demed me hate. Greedy bitch. Let your sister breathe. My job? Co-workers whispered. The supervisor pulled me aside. Heard about your fam drama. Keep it off the floor. Reyes. Isolation set in. A Cleveland winter without heat. I dove deeper into the secrets. Hired a PI on credit, $500 down. The rest I owe you. Old school gumshoe named Vic. Ex-cop with a flask habit. He tailed Sophia, met with a shady accountant in Short North. Wiring funds to offshore accounts. Not just spending, laundering. Her collabs. Fronts for pyramid schemes. Recruiting marks via IG Lives. And Mom? Vic snapped pics of her at the casino. Slots whirring. $2,000 in chips despite the oxygen tank. The hidden truth. Mom wasn't just enabling. She was complicit. Years back, after Dad's death, she'd forged his will, sloppy, but enough to siphon life insurance into Sophia's college fund that never materialized. I discovered it at 18, buried it to protect her from fraud charges. My crime. Perjury at the probate hearing. Swearing the signature was legit. Bore the weight. Lost sleep. While Sophia got the cash for her fresh start. Betrayal cubed. I confronted Mom alone. Post-mass. In the church basement over stale donuts. The will.
Mom.
Sophia's fund. You played us both. Her face crumpled. But defiance flickered. It was for the family. Athena. You were too young to understand. Sophia needed it more. She's got that spark. Like your father. Spark. The word ignited something primal. And I got the scraps. The blame. Now this card? You're killing me to keep her afloat. She clutched her crucifix. Tears carving tracks in powder. Forgive me,
Mia.
but don't destroy her. Destroy us.
Us.
The nuclear option. I left, the bell tolling like judgment. Vic's next report. Sophia's new play. She'd added Mom as a joint on her accounts, reverse engineering the scam. Charges now funneled through Mom's SS checks, $1, $800 monthly. Garnished before they hit. Tension peaked at Christmas. Forced gathering. Trees strung with lights that mocked our darkness. Sophia arrived gift-wrapped in cashmere, bearing amends, a knockoff necklace for me. Cubic zirconia glinting like false hope. Mom hovered, mediator in frailty. Dinner was a minefield, turkey dry as grudges. Conversation skirting the elephant. Then Sophia. Wine loose.
Drop the bomb.
Athena's suing us. Protective order and all. Can you believe? Mom gasped. I froze. Fork midway. Not suing. Protecting. Sophia smirked. Same diff. But hey, karma's coming. Remember Uncle Rico? I have the texts you begging for that loan extension. Mom covered, but I screenshotted.
Bullshitting.
And your aid gig?
Toast.
Flip 2, from sister to saboteur. Dangling my skeleton. The table erupted, Mom wailing. Plates clattering. I stood, chair scraping like nails on chalkboard. You want war? You've got it. Outside. Snow fell fat and forgiving, but my heart,
Ice.
I drove to the lakefront, wind whipping off Erie, and plotted the climax. Not court, too clean. Something raw, American dream twisted, exposed them on their stage. Sophia's IG empire. Mom's church facade. A viral thread, anonymous, with receipts. But deeper, hack the system. I'd studied enough, knew a guy from our /dark web, ethical-ish, for $2,000 in Bitcoin. The unraveling complete, threads frayed to noose. As 2025 ticked over, fireworks popping like gunfire, I whispered to the mirror, burn it down, and God help me. I meant it. January in Cleveland hits like a hangover you can't sleep off, gray skies pressing down. Streets slick with salt and spite. My world had shrunk to a pinhole, shifts at the aid job hanging by a thread. Evenings hunched over Vic's reports. The glow of my laptop the only warmth in that basement tomb. The card balance? $41,000 now. A scarlet number taunting me from the app. Sophia's spree escalated, $3, $500 on a personal stylist, $2,900 for a leased BMW. Plates screaming boss babe. Mom's health dipped. ER visits I funded indirectly, because cutting her off felt like matricide. The reckoning brewed slow. A pot left too long on the boil. Vic's intel deepened the rot. Sophia's laundering tied to a bigger fish. Some Akron outfit running, investment clubs that were straight Ponzi, preying on immigrant families like ours. She'd recruited Mom's church ladies, promising 20% returns on faith-based ventures. Mom, not just victim, she'd pocketed a cut. $8,000 wired to her casino card. The secret I'd borne? It extended, years ago, when I took the shoplifting fall. Mom had used the insurance payout from my community service settlement, $10K, to bail Sophia out of juvie for a separate beef. Assault on a dealer. I'd sign the NDA. Gagged myself for family peace. No wonder the favoritism festered. Sophia was the golden child. Me the scapegoat, bearing sins like a latter-day Christ. Nails driven by love's lie. But love curdles. I met Vic at a dive in Tremont, polka dots on the walls mocking our grim huddle. Kid, this is felony territory, he rasped, nursing a Boilermaker. Gwaed froth. Elder abuse angles. Feds could bite if you tip M.
Feds.
Clean, but cold. I wanted heat, the kind that scars. Not yet. I need leverage. He slid a thumb drive across the scarred oak. Sophia's cloud backups. Emails. Ledgers. She's sloppy. Uses Sophia Shines for everything. I paid him the last installment. My emergency fund vaporized. Back home. I pored over it. Spreadsheets of marks. Mom's signature on sham contracts. Sophia's gloating notes. Athena's too straight-laced to snitch. Mom's my shield. Rage boiled to strategy. I crafted the weapon. A burner account on X. At Rhea's reckoning. Thread 1. Blurred receipts. Timelines. No names yet. When family steals your future for filters and fraud.
Who pays?
Family debt Cleveland grift. Posted at 3 a.m. It simmered, 200 views by dawn. 2K by lunch. Sophia's radar pinged. She'd med from a throwaway. Cute. Keep playing detective. Nancy Drew. I'll bury you. Buried? I'd exhume us all. Mom called. Voice a wheeze. Athena.
Stop this.
Sophia's scared. Come home. Home. The trap. I went. Not for peace. But positioning. The house reeked of Bengali and betrayal. Christmas lights still up like mocking halos. Sophia was there. Pacing in yoga pants that cost more than my rent. You think a Twitter tantrum scares me? She sneered. Phone in hand. I've got PR on speed dial. One call. And you're the villain, jealous spinster versus cancer-fighting influencer. Spinster. The barb landed. At 28, my dating life was DOA. Sacrificed to the altar of duty. But I stepped closer. Voice steady. It's not tantrum. It's truth. The Ponzi. Mom's cut. The will. All out tomorrow unless you confess, publicly. Repay every cent. Her laugh cracked. Eyes wild. Flip 3. From aggressor to ally.
Sudden.
Okay.
Wait.
Truce 2.0? I didn't know about Mom's part. She's the mastermind. Pushed me into it after Dad. Said it was women's business. Help me expose her instead? We split the fallout. I pay you back double. Double. The serpent's tongue. Doubt flickered. Was Mom the spider? But no. Sophia's eyes darted. Classic tell. I played along. Proof first. She nodded. Too eager. And that night, while Mom slept, we huddled in the kitchen. Sophia pulled up docs, faked. I knew from Vic's files. Timestamps off. But I nodded. Feigning buy-in. Tomorrow. Joint post. She bought it. Crashed on the couch. I didn't sleep. At 4 a.m. I slipped out. Drove to Sophia's loft, key copied from Vic Snoop. Inside, chaos couture, designer dupes. Baggies of white powder tucked in boots. Ledgers screaming 6 figures laundered. I photographed it all. Heart hammering. Then torch select pages in the sink, arson light. Message clear. Back home by dawn. The trap sprung. Sophia woke to my text, your move. Or, I dropped the full thread. She stormed my room upstairs. Mom trailing in her walker, You bitch. Sophia hissed. Burn my shit? That's destruction of evidence. Mom gasped. Athena, what have you done? Reckoning, I said, voice flat. Sophia's running cons from your kitchen table. Ponzi on your flock. And you? Signing off like it's tithing. Mom's face drained. But Sophia lunged, not violent, but close, shoving my shoulder.
Lies.
She's gaslighting.
Mom.
Always the victim card. Flip 4. Sophia to martyr. Tears on cue. Mom bought it. Clutching her daughter. Get out. Athena. You're poison. Poison. The word from Dad's last letter. The one Mom burned. Exiled again. I left in the snow. Thread live. Full blast. Names redacted, but clues crystal. Sister steals $47,000 on cancer card. Mom enables fraud. Who's the villain? Reyesrat. It detonated. 10K retweets by noon. Local news sniffing. WKYC running a teaser. Family feud or felony. Cleveland twins at war. Sophia's followers split. Half cancel Sophia. Half stand with Sophia. Accusing me of doxing. My inbox? Threats. Prayers. One from an old flame. Saw the thread. You deserve better. The climax crested that week. Confrontation at Mom's chemo clinic. Neutral ground of beeping machines and bleach. I arrived with roses. Peace offering? Or pyre? Sophia was there. Lawyer in tow. Public defender shark. Tattoos peeking from cuffs. We're settling, she announced.
Smug.
You dropped the thread. I repay $20,000 over time. Mom cosigns. $20,000. Half. Controversial concession. Enough to staunch the bleed. But admitting defeat? Mom nodded from her recliner. For dripping. For harmony. Mija. Harmony. The lie we lived. I scanned the room. Nurses averting eyes. Sophia's smirk. Mom's plea. The decision hung. Polarizing even me. Forgive and fracture further. Or torch it all. No, I said. Full amount. And the cons end. Feds get the files unless you both go on record. Sophia's mask slipped, fury raw. You destroy Mom for spite?
Spite? Justice. Blurred.
Mom whispered. Athena. The secret. About Dad. The hook yanked. In the sterile hush, she spilled. Dad did no D.
Suicide pile.
After discovering Mom's affair with Uncle Rico. The loans, a cover for hush money. Sophia knew. Had used it to manipulate. I'd borne the grief alone. Mom's lie my cross. Twist mid-reckoning. I wasn't the fixer. I was the fool. Secrets stacked like Jenga. Rage peaked. I grabbed Sophia's phone. Smashed it on the tile. Chaos. Alarms blaring. Security swarming. Assault. Sophia shrieked. But the lawyer hushed her. Cops came. Statements taken. No charges yet. But the clinic banned us all. Mom discharged early. Outside. Under sodium lamps. Sophia wheeled on me. You happy? Mom's alone now. Alone. The mirror. But as sirens wailed distant, I felt the shift. Power.
Pyrrhic.
The reckoning rolled on. FBI tip anonymous. Raids looming. Sophia's empire crumbled. Accounts frozen. Collabs cancelled. Mom, confined to bed. Begging reconciliation voicemails I deleted unheard. Tension snapped like a cable, me. Alone in the basement, packing boxes for a fresh start. Pittsburgh. Maybe. Nursing gig lined up. But the door pounded. Sophia. Wild-eyed. Rain matted. Truce for real, she gasped. Mom's coding.
Come.
Lie or lifeline. I followed. Heart leaden. Hospital. Codes. Paddles. Mom stabilizing. False alarm. But the scare real. In the waiting room, vinyl cracking under us. Sophia broke. I did it for her. The cons started to pay her bills first. You were always gone. Athena. The hero who leaves.
Gone?
I never left. But the flip, final, humanized her. Schemer to survivor. Both products of Mom's web. We sat. Vigils silent. The room a pressure cooker. Nurses bustled. Monitors beeped judgment. My decision loomed. Drop the feds. Let them slink? Or press? Shatter the facade? As dawn bled gray, Mom woke. Mihis. Enough. Enough. The word hung. Divisive. Forgive. And enable?
Punish.
And orphan? The climax polarized. No heroes. Just husks.
Issues.
The gray middle. Because in America, revenge isn't black and white. It's the shade of regret that stains your soul long after the smoke clears. I didn't drop the files, not fully. Instead, I leaked select docs to a plain dealer reporter I'd cold emailed from the thread. Anonymized but damning. The Ponzi ledgers. Mom's signatures blurred to initials. Headline dropped a week later. Cleveland cancer cash cow. Family fraud rings alarm in local church. No names. But the ripples hit hard. Sophia's IG suspended for policy violations, her followers hemorrhaging to 5K overnight. Mom's parish? Whispers turned to investigations. Father O'Malley called an emergency meeting. Tithing halted pending review. Sophia vanished for days. Radio silence. Then a cryptic post from a new handle, reborn in the ashes. Gratitude journal starting now. New chapter. Bullshit reinvention. But the comments? Split down the middle. Warrior Queen Rising. Versus. Scammer deserved it. Karma's a mofo. Polarized.
Just like me.
I scrolled in the dim of my Pittsburgh Greyhound. The bus rumbling west like escape. $10,000 from the partial repayment burning a hole in my purse. Sophia's good faith. Wire. No strings but plenty of subtext. Mom stabilized. Discharged to a skilled nursing FAC in Lakewood. Medicaid covered. Irony thick. She texted daily. Mija.
Come see me.
We talk forgiveness. Forgiveness. The word tasted like ash. But guilt gnawed. Had I pushed too far? The twist that sparked my endless loop. In the hospital that night. As paddles thumped, Sophia confessed the deepest cut.
Dad's suicide?
Mom's affair? Partial truth. The full bomb, I pushed him. Sophia, 16 and spiraling, had told Dad about Mom's fling. Weaponized gossip to save him. But it broke the man. Guilt ate him, pills followed. Mom knew, covered for Sophia because she was just a kid lashing out, while I, the oblivious twin, bore the sanitized grief. I destroyed a destroyer? Or avenged a victim? No clean lines. Sophia's scheme born of that trauma. Mom's enabling a cycle spun from loss.
Me?
The catalyst. My justice, a mirror to their sins. Debatable endings. Villain for fracturing. Or victor for voicing. Pittsburgh welcomed me gray and gritty. A studio walk-up overlooking the Allegheny. Nursing job at UPMC starting Monday, RN track. Finally. Credits transferred on the partial repay. I unpacked boxes that smelled of Cleveland damp. Rosary. Family albums with faces scratched out. The city card, shredded. But scars lingered. Credit score climbing slow. 610 now. Therapy app downloaded, but untouched. Sophia resurfaced a month in. VoIP call. Voice stripped to basics. Athena? Don't hang up.
I'm clean. Na meetings.
Real job at a coffee shop. Mom's asking for you.
And.
Thanks. For stopping me before it swallowed us whole. Thanks. The word hung. Controversial as mercy. I didn't forgive, not yet, but I didn't block. Prove it, I said. Full repay. No more games.
Deal. Pause.
Then soft. Miss you? Sis. Miss you. The hook that wouldn't release. Mom's next text. Photo of her in the FAC garden. Bandana jaunty. Caption healing. Join me? I stared at the Allegheny churning brown below. Bridges arching like unanswered prayers. Revenge's aftermath. Not triumph. Not tragedy, limbo. The American way. We'd all paid. My trust in tatters. Sophia's facade flayed. Mom's held the hostage to hubris. But in the quiet, a seed, maybe blood mends.
Crooked as it is.
Spring thawed Pittsburgh slow. Dogwoods blooming defiant. I walked the Strip District Saturdays. Produced stalls bursting color. Empanadas steaming like home without the haunt. Therapy started, reluctant, but the counselors no bullshit. You didn't break them. Athena. You broke the lie.
The lie.
Family first. At any cost.
Now?
Second. Maybe. Sophia wired another $5,000. With a note. One step.
No twists.
Mom's letters came, pen and paper. Old school, apologies and looping script. I failed you both. But you're the strong one. Always were. Strong. The words settled. Less burden. More badge. Summer hit humid. My scrubs crisp. Patience gratitude a bomb. One night. Post-shift. I drove back, unannounced. The Ohio border blurring in dusk. Mom's FAC. She in a wheelchair. Frilier, but eyes bright. Athena.
A tentative.
Bones bird-like. Sophia there too, hair natural.
No filters.
Barista apron folded in her lap. Hey.
Hey.
The word bridged. We talked not all, but enough. Secrets aired like laundry. Dad's full story. The will's shame. The card's catalyst.
No absolution.
But acknowledgement. Laughter even. Sophia's flop at an A coffee runs. Mom's bingo wins. Outside. Under Midwest stars pricking black. Sophia lit a smoke, last one.
She swore.
You were right to fight. I was poison. Were. I teased. The old rhythm flickering.
AM.
But changing. Her eyes met mine. No flip, just fatigue. What now?
Now.
The debatable dawn. I could have walked. Fresh start sealed. But blood's pull? Irresistible.
Now.
Weary build. Slow. Mom nodded from the door. Rosary glinting. Family. Finally. Happy? Not Hollywood, scars show. Trust tentative. Repayment staggered. Tragic? No graves fresh. Just real. The gray grace of survival. where revenge yields not victory, but vista. As I drove back, turnpike lights streaking, I exhaled. The noose loosened. For the first time, the future gleamed not gold, but gunmetal strong. And in the rear view, Cleveland faded, not forgiven, but faced. Athena Reyes, no longer fool or fixer. Just forward.